Greetings, YouTube! This is Longbow. Today I'd like to speak to you about evolution, and how basically we came about. Specifically, I'll be covering speciation and punctuated equilibrium, things like that. First, a word from my adversaries.
Charles Darwin said that in order for his theory to be true, there must be millions of in-between stages, transitional forms in the fossil record. And that if within 100 years we don't find those transitional forms, that his theory should be discarded.
Well, that is more or less true. Darwin did say that transitional forms should be found, and fortunately, before he even died, he was vindicated in his lifetime. A transitional form was found, the Archaeopteryx. It is part bird, obviously, with its wings and feathered tail, feathers all over its body, and part reptile.
Well, more than 100 years has gone by, and those missing links, those transitional forms, those in-between stages, are still missing.
Really, Kurt? So you're a liar then? Because we found thousands, millions.
Over the last 150 years, scientists have unearthed billions of invertebrate and vertebrate fossils, and they have not found a single transitional form.
Well, I stand corrected. We found billions. They're all transitional forms.
Every major kind of fish that we know anything about appears fully formed, no trace of ancestors, and certainly no trace of transitional forms.
Now, what makes you think that these creatures wouldn't appear fully formed? They're a modification of a prior species. They're not just formed instantly from goo and have to individually evolve eyeballs and lungs and hearts and gizzards and spines and whatnot. Gills. It's a change of a currently existing creature, so of course it's going to be fully formed. And yes, we have transitional fossils of fish.
Science has never found a genuine transitional form that is one kind of animal crossing over into another kind, either living or in the fossil record.
Kirk, you can only say that because you don't know what a transitional form is.
This is called the crocodile. Can you see this? This is the bullfrog. Or, of course, the sheepdog. You're laughing. Of course.
Of course they're laughing. Not with you, but at you. Those things you showed, Kirk, those aren't transitional forms. Those are abominations of nature. There's nothing saying that ducks evolved from crocodiles or that dogs evolved from sheep. These animals had common ancestors, which split and deviated and differentiated into multiple species, all the species we know. There's nothing saying that modern animals just turned into other modern animals. That's ridiculous.
Yet evolutionists offer no conclusive evidence that any of the insects evolved from a common ancestor.
What about these guys?
Arthropleura, a giant millipede, believed to be the largest terrestrial arthropod that has ever existed. It was nearly as long as a car, 8 feet. The Carboniferous was the golden age for the arthropods.
Neither is there a verified monkey man or transitional species fossils of any kind indicating that one kind of animal has ever turned into another kind of animal.
We have so many fossils of hominids that it's just not funny. You can't say that without just being completely and utterly ignorant. And you say there are no transitional forms while showing the Archaeopteryx. What's up with that? Denial.
Even the famous fossil Archaeopteryx, said to be a reptile transitioning into a bird. If you do the research, you'll find out it has been shown to be fully bird.
The Archaeopteryx is not fully bird. Sure, it has feathers, it has wings, it's got a feathered tail, but it also has claws on its wings. Do you see that in birds? Birds have beaks. Do you see a beak on the Archaeopteryx? No. You see a jaw with teeth. Do birds have teeth? They don't. See, you can say this because creationists have polluted the information stream so much that when you look it up on like creationist websites or whatnot, you'll see, oh yeah, according to the Creation Museum, the Archaeopteryx was just a bird. And you look at the picture they show you in the Creation Museum, and they've got like a partridge sitting up in the tree. That's not the Archaeopteryx. It's something else entirely.
The fossil record of life does not convey that there has been morphological transition from one kind of living creature to another
form of life. So, why can't we find transitions?
You tell me, Venom. The only reason I can think of why you can't find transitions is because you're looking in the wrong place. You're trying to look at debunked science from laymen, and they don't really understand what they're talking about. You're just copying what they're saying. If you want to learn about evolution, don't look at creationist websites, look at secular websites, science websites. Heck, even look at Wikipedia. It's more likely to offer you some accurate evidence. At least it provides resources that you can check, rather than just accepting someone else's word at face value.
Even Stephen Gould admitted the absence of fossil evidence for intermediary stages is a persistent and nagging problem for evolution.
Well, that's a mighty nice fine quote mine you got there, Mr. Hoven, but the actual quote goes thusly. And in many cases has been a persistent and nagging problem for gradualistic accounts of evolution. See, Mr. Gould is a proponent of, punctuated equilibrium, in which the mutations can occur in fits and spurts. It doesn't always have to be slow and uniform. There can be sections of increased mutation due to environment or radiation or viruses, whatever. And basically by nagging problem, he's saying that you guys want a complete account of the history, you're not going to find it. And chances are, as if punctuated equilibrium is true, the period of transition is short-ish, and the chances of us finding a fossil during that period are slow, but you still won't accept it because you're denying what a transitional species actually is. And I hope to clear that up. Hopefully you'll learn something by the end of this.
Sun goes up, sun goes down, tide comes in, tide comes out, there's no miscommunication. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Bill. Very enlightening. What I'd like viewers to do, if they're so willing, is rather than listen to people's accounts of what they think evolution is and what a transitional species is, and rather than trying to debunk it before you actually understand it, look up the science. Look at the evidence. You'll see there is a heap of evidence, more than you could possibly look at in a lifetime. So to just dismiss it offhand is ridiculous. Science is the pursuit of knowledge and truth. Studying nature so that we can hope to understand it and unlock its secrets. Now, if science and your holy books are at odds, like if the holy book makes a claim and science says, oh no, that couldn't have happened, that's silly, then it's not reality, it's not nature, it's not science that's wrong. It's the book. For instance, like a certain holy book I can think of mentions its prophet cut the moon in half. Did that happen? No, the moon has not been cut in half. It's sitting up there, good as new, still a nice big sphere. Or another holy book I can think of says that leprosy can be cured by catching two birds and then killing one of them and giving the other bird a shower in its blood and releasing it, and then you'll be cured of leprosy. Science says that didn't happen. Another thing science says didn't happen is creation. It's not the way it worked. We weren't made from dirt. We weren't made from clay.
But there are no intermediate species.
We don't need this education. We don't need your mind control.
just leave, though it's enough.